I expect a lot from the Bulls, and I hope that they will win this debate. I'm Gold Ambassador Ryan, and I'm a Bull at Chapa.
Thank you so much. This is very positive. Let me move to the back bench as they seem so serious, and I want to hear from one of them and see what they have for us. What are your expectations so far for this debate?
Honestly speaking, most of my expectations have been met, so I can say this is a very good tournament so far. My name is Mutonji Ray, Mbarara High School.
Thank you so much. I'm landing on someone else right now. I see people are running away. Please come closer. I will pick on someone. I'm looking for someone that I'm going to... What is wrong? Was he not attentive?
Okay. Well, I think my boys are going to win. Yeah. They have an outstanding, dusty and eloquence. Yeah, definitely. We always do.
So, Abulia was telling me actually that they're expecting to take most of the medals and the certificates. I don't know if that is true. I'm still moving around to listen to the students' expectations so far.
Okay, I feel so anxious for the coming semi-finals. According to my performance in the previous rounds, I really hope for the best. That's all.
Oh, thank you so much. Your name and the school?
My name is Natwasa Tracy from St. Elizabeth Girls Secondary School.
Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. Have you heard? Yeah, she's called Tracy. Oh my God. yeah, let me... what are your expectations so far for this debate? And what are your expectations?
Me, I expect the winning teams take the trophies, because we see the debate is very booming and we are waiting the teams that will battle each other.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I remind you that this debate we are picking best individuals. We are not picking best schools. So please maximize this time the moment you're given that chance. And I think the judges are ready, so they can take us through.
All right. Thank you very much, those that have been watching, those that have been active in the debate, those that have been active on the social media platforms. So at this stage, we are on the stage called the semi-final. Just like I already said, on the semi-finals, we are considering the best 4 people that played their individual positions perfectly. That means we have the top 4 that were that did the first speeches, the top 4 that did the second, top 4 that did the third. So after getting those top 4 speaker role, we've paired you, we've grouped you to form a team of 3 different individuals, regardless of the teams where you belonged in the preliminary rounds. So for the semi-final round, we've mixed you once more again to form a team. It is simultaneous. It is not that the first speakers are in one team and then the fourth are in the other team. You have all been mixed up. So the resolution for the semi-final is: this house believes that Uganda should forego donations from LGBT leaning nations. It's a prepared resolution. You have the resolution with you already. So, did I say the top 4 people? It should have been the top 3 to come up with 4 teams. So, in room 1, which is this? In room 1, the excitement should be controlled regardless of the fact that you've managed to get to the semi-finals. It only means you've defeated the people in distress. So in room 1, we have Kwizera Enoch affirming. In the team of Kwizera Enoch, we have Mutunji Ray and Nuwagaba Right. Can you please stand up and we look at you? Kwizera Enoch, Mutunji Ray, and Nuwagaba Right. They are from Mbarara High Sch and Intermission School. All right. That is one team. Meet yourselves and prepare right now because you have no other time. You are affirming in room 1. Then negating in room 1, it is Akram Mugera, Musingus Kenneth, and Akandi Nda Benson. Akram Mugera, where are you, Akram Mugera? Where is Musingus Kenneth and Akandi Nda Benson? Where is Akandi Nda Benson? Where is Akandi Nda Benson? Have they dropped? You are Akandi Nda Benson? Come again? Alright, you're the only Benson. So that is your team. You are negating in room 1. You have the resolution, start preparing. In room 2, we have Wisdom Water Wamani. Wisdom Water Wamani, you are affirming. You have Ahurira Arnold, and Akantora and Stephanie. Where is Arnold? Where is Stephanie? Stephanie and Walter Woman. So that is the team that is affirming in room 2. Stephanie, the gentlemen are there. Start preparing. Then in room 2, on the negative, we have Ervin Mugume. Where is Ervin? Ervin Mugume. You are with Ayebazamukama Justin. Where is Ayebazamukama Justin? Mugume. Ervin, this is Ayebazamukama Justin. Prepare with her. And Aichiriza. Aichiriza Rebecca. Where is Rebecca? Alright, that is the team. Aichiriza Rebecca, Ervin, and Justin. You are in room 2 and you are negating. You move to room 2, please. And those supposed to be in room 1. We have 5 minutes. You have broken, according to the speaker rules you've been praying, that you registered for in the first round. If at all you decided to change in the second round or in the third round, we still consider the role that you were playing in the first round. Are we clear? Alright, the debate begins in the next 5 minutes.
Be reminded that room 1 is here, so people in room 1, you're staying here with the judge.
I wish you luck.
If you would tell us the judges where they are going, and we know who is staying and who is
on
the other side.
In room 1, we shall have myself, Mugambe Emmanuel. I shall sit on a panel with Nyakato Doreen and come again, please. Karaka Modern. In room 2, we shall have Isaac and Mr. and Marvin. Those are in room 2, you can go, please. And those in room 1, you have 5 minutes to begin the debate. It's a silent round. Do not expect to be told your results while in the rooms. You shall come back here and you'll get your results from here.
Yeah, please let's give time because after here we are coming for finals and we conclude. Speakers for room 1, We are waiting for you. Speakers for room 1, make it to the stage, please. Speakers for room 1, you've heard your names. Do you need them to be read again? You can come and take your seats and you talk from here. Waiting for you. Time management, please. Time is not by our side. Please hurry. Almost 1 minute. You can come and talk from here. You can come and prep from here because we are trying to fight time. Is group 1 around? Group 1.
The team made up of
Room
Enoch.
number 1.
The team made up of Enoch, Ray, and Wright. Come to stage. You are affirming, and the debate is beginning in the next 30 seconds. And then the team made up of Akram Mogera, Kenneth Musinguzi, and Akandinda Benson. The negatives are on stage. Where are the affirmatives?
We are waiting for the affirmatives.
Affirmatives,
come and
you
take your
have
seats.
less than a minute.
Okay, I leave the rest to the judges.
What is right? Right? Where are you? Okay, for the question of time, just in case your third speaker does not come by the end of the first speech, you will Iron Man, you will debate two people. Yes, we are answering to the question of time. Speaker number 1, 4 minutes, 2 minutes for the reprise speech.
Our dear judges, the two antagonistic sides, the audience, a good evening to you all. My name is Kuzera Eno, coming here as the first farmer for today's motion that states, this house believes that Uganda should forget the LGBTQ-leaning nations. Now, in the dictionary meaning, donations means giving someone that you have a mutual relation with in return for nothing, in expectation for nothing. You see? But now, what are we seeing? In the realistic world, in our world today, in the world we're living in, donations have ceased to being giving for no return and now giving with an expectation. We see that from an example of when the anti-gay bill was signed. When the anti-gay bill was signed, these countries ceased to give us their donations. Why did they cease to give us their donations? Because they wanted us to keep on doing what? Doing something, to keep on spreading their acts, to keep on spreading their devices in order to give us what? These donations. So now, these people, the donations they give to the country, Uganda has been being given donations so that they can give soldiers, to go and fight wars in Somalia, to go and keep peace in the different countries. But now look, when we signed the anti-gay bill, they decided to do what? They decided to withdraw their what? Their assistance. Why is that? This is because to them, donations, they are giving us their donations in expectation for what? For something. So now, look at it in this way. Uganda has 529 representatives in the parliament, 10 of which are army representatives. And US has only 35 senates. So how will you tell me that a country that has 35 senates and a country that has 529 senates being paid over 40 million, 529 representatives, that means that us, in order to develop, we have to reduce what? We have to reduce these seats, these representatives, this big number of what? Of representatives. And how shall we do that? We have to use the IG's office in order to do what? In order to reduce this big number of, we have to pass a bill in order to reduce this big number of what? Of representatives, and at least reduce it to 100, because we are not different from, actually, we are way poorer than what? Than the US, but the US has 35 what? Senates, and we have 529. So now compare, that's too much money being wasted. So, another thing, we have to go through the IGG's office in order to do what? In order to investigate corrupt officials so that we can stop embezzlement of funds, which this embezzlement of funds is also causing what? The backlashing of what? Of our economy. It is depreciating our economy. Because every day we are increasing on the number of seats in the parliament. That means we are also increasing the number of what? Of corrupt officials. Yeah, it again. There's no negative effect after we have cut off these donations, but rather we see a positive effect. The positive effect from this is that it will act as a stepping stone for Uganda in order to improve its economy. You see now, if I take an example, when someone is doing your homework, you will not have to worry about doing that, about revising. But now, if you're doing your own homework, and you see that things are hard, so now there you will start what? You start revising, and with time you will come up and do what? And be good. So now, even as Uganda as a country, as a third world country, if we stop these donations, then now we'll see the problem, where the problem in the economy is. We'll see the problem that has been making us what? A third world country. So, and then we'll solve it with with utmost vigor, and hence becoming one of the rich countries in the long run. This is because if we keep on leaning on those nations, if we keep on getting support from those nations, we shall not look at the loopholes in order to what? To appreciate our economy. With all that, I stand to rest my case and stand to say that we win the debate. Thank you.
Thank you. I begin my debate in 3, 2, 1. This House believes that Uganda should forego donations from LGBTQ-leaning nations. Now, what we get from the first speaker from Affirmative Bench is that they are actually doing this for one thing, just because they are giving, just because they have a thinking that we are going to adapt, or we are going to be, we are risking our morals. But how is actually getting a piece of paper from a country like that going to be damaging our morals? We do not see any, we do not see the value of such a policy. Secondly, we'll have to understand what is the end result of actually foregoing the donations from LGBTQ countries, because according to how Uganda is actually going up, according to how it is developing, we do believe that Uganda needs as much money as it can get, of which donations are part of it. So what does that mean? If at all we are to lose 1% of these donations which we get from countries, they will start suppressing the people. What does that mean? They will start increasing the taxes. They will start actually reducing on the so-called, reducing on the leaders, like they said. But what is the end result of reducing on the MPs, the leaders that are leading us? It will lead to poor leadership, which will even increase on the corruption. Because you have to think, before you can stop the government, you'll have to stop these minor. You'll have to stop these minor organizations, like these organizations that create corruption, right? So it means you're going to be affecting each and every sector, whether health, whether economic, or whether transport. That will actually be dangerous to us. We do not see any consistency between this debate, because they are telling us that there is no complete negative effect of cutting off. But we do believe there is a high percentage of the loans we get from these the donations we get. Secondly, they are bringing up the thing of we used to get loans from the World Bank, but now it is cut off. We kindly, and especially as the speaker, to get the difference between a loan and a donation. Like he said, there are no strings attached. There is no expectation, and we are not actually tarnishing our morals if we are actually getting money, right? So there is no cooperation. There is no reasoning of actually you bring in a motion that is stopping Uganda from developing, because as a developing country, we believe other countries are there and ready to support us. And what makes them so sure that they will expect something else in return? Just like we believe that something. Take an example. Eating from a plate of an HIV person does not give you HIV, no may you. You must understand that this is actually some normal thing that actually happens among people. So getting donations from these LGBTQ leaning nations does not allow us to, does not make us lesbianism, gays, or bisexual. Taken. Sir, they used to give us loans, not donations. Get the difference. Thank you. Now, we'll have to understand that the loans, okay, we'll have to understand the major reason for the loans, right? The loans were meant to actually help us develop. Those countries wanted to give us loans, dictating on where the loans should be spent and where the loans should not be spent. But a country like Uganda, which actually follows a country like Uganda, which actually follows cultural morals, refused. So, are you going to say that just because of a simple thing of refusing a loan, you should actually cut off donations? Because these donations are very crucial in Uganda as a developing country, as a third world country. These donations are going to be helping us. These donations are constructing the roads. These donations are actually constructing the hospitals and the needed resources we use. You're not going to just expect to depend on the resources.
Begin my. In this debate, what we get from Team Negative is that actually, look here, this nation needs donations. Now, in their third speech, in their third minute of the first speech, they actually say that these countries were not giving us donations, but were rather giving us loans, which is actually say maybe these people are giving us donations. In the realistic world, we see that these are not donations because they were expecting something in return. Because if they were donations, then why did they stop giving us donations when they saw that we stopped? And why were they giving us in times when we were sending soldiers to Somalia? We believe that the US was only getting the advantage of the fact that Uganda is economically down. So we are trying to make Uganda a dependent nation. One, we say investing in resources and fighting corruption and embezzlement in the government. We see that actually these officials that they put there, 529 officials in the parliament, is actually a huge number compared to the senators in other countries. We see that the embezzlement, the level of embezzlement in this why Uganda now and then is already suffering deficit budgets because a lot of money is embezzled. So if we are to empower the IGG and we are actually going to fight corruption, then we are going to make Uganda a dependent nation. Now, in our first speech, we actually give you analysis that actually countries that depend on donations always have weak economies. Why? They always have a tendency of being dependent on other countries. They fail to develop themselves and rather depend on donations. The so-called donations that they call them, they are actually branded donations, but rather they are things that are given to the country expecting something in return. Taken. We say that these are not donations. These are just branded donations. We believe that Uganda can actually forego these donations. In any case, actually, if you have to look at this, not only are leaning nations, it's not that only leaning nations are the ones providing donations to Uganda. We see that there are different organizations and movements that are giving donations, actual donations to Uganda, other than depending on the US, which is actually expecting something in return, expecting us to actually follow their cultures, for them to give us money. Then we'd rather not compromise the morality of our people just to get money from them. Understand that we are trying to develop Uganda. Giving them the empowerment to invest in their resources and to be able to develop themselves. We see that even when they were giving us donations, we were still a third world country. They were building us hospitals, but still expecting us to send soldiers to Somalia. They were still giving us roads, but expecting us to adopt their cultures. So if there were donations, why would they expect us to actually follow their cultures? Why would they take away their so-called donations after we refuse to accept gayism in our countries? Now, if we are to look at expectations, and do as they say, then it is not supposed to be, it is not a donation at all. We see that from a comparative analysis, realize that in the realistic world, the world we live in today, there is no such thing as a donation nowadays. A donation, as said by our first speaker, is actually giving to someone with mutual feelings, without expecting anything in return. But what the US was doing was giving us money, expecting free services, sending soldiers to Somalia, or adopting their cultures. So that is not a donation in any case. At the end of the day, the team that wins this debate is actually a team that actually shows you that you proud to negate this resolution. Thank you.
Our dear panel, the two competitive sides, my name is Musingus Kenneth, coming up as the second negate of today's resolution, which states that this House believes that Uganda should forego donations from LGBT-leaning nations. Team Affirmatives, they come up with a case. They believe that donations will return. Something that Team Affirmatives have failed to understand. They have failed to understand the meaning of donations, whereby in their own world, they believe that donations is something you have to give to the people who are donating to you in return. But in our own world, we believe that they're giving us something, but you're not going to give them anything in return. That's what we're meaning by the word donation, and they fail to understand as Team Affirmative. Number two, we are saying that what's the way that they're going to make sure they have a sustainable development? They believe that they're not going to go with donations. They're going to be independent. What's their alternative? Their alternative is reducing members of leaders in parliament and finding a way to get to that money that was being paid to these people. But this will never work. This is corruption. It is leading to corruption, whereby leaders, we're going to have poor leadership. If we have few people and say, making the members of Mbarara City, Kasese, all those MPs, eliminating them all in the name of getting funds to support the country, because you have gone to bad thing in the world. The bad thing is that they don't look about the world, the long-term effect of this. The long-term effect is that how long is this going to be? They don't look upon all this. That's why we believe as team negatives that we cannot go for any other choice, but we have to opt for the better way of donations, and we shall give nothing in return. And this is how better our workability, our world is, and their world is inaccurate because they are believing in methods that have been working, that are in society, but they're not bringing results. They also bring up the point that you don't see team negatives. They have not failed to analyze. They don't see the negative impact of them not taking these donations. The country, with which impacts are they going to cause? They are just in their world, living the luxury world, and living that their people are going to be suppressed. These people are going to pay high taxes. The world is going to change, and at so at point X, we shall see them opting back for our donations, and this is not going. We are not talking about this. We are not affronting this, or we are not supporting this.
From LGBTQ leaning nations. Now, there were two core clash points in this debate. Number one, donations versus loans, and number two, the dependence of a country, and also one specific this in the dictionary apparently signed the bill of the anti-gay law. Major donators of Uganda, including the USA, World Bank itself stopped giving loan want me to take. In any case, that means these countries that are donating to Uganda are trying to benefit something. We see that these countries, most of them is still done manually. People have failed to buy tractors and machines to improve the country. Why? They are dependent. They are depending on someone to provide for them. Henceforth, they are putting themselves at the mercy of these people. In any case, if we receive these donations and they are embezzled by a few people, this person has taken this sum, the other person has taken the other sum, the development of the country is still null and void. That is why, despite the big amount of donations that Uganda has been receiving, it is still a third world country among the poorest countries in the world. We see that countries like China that cut themselves off from any other country surrounding them, and they decided to call for inward development, actually grew to become big countries, because China in 1958 was a third world country, and a few years later it is among the top 10 countries in terms of economy. Why? Because it cut itself off and did inward development rather than depending on someone. That brings me to my second clash point in this debate: dependence. So if I give you money today and I give it to you tomorrow, you need me. I am a substance in your life you need. I must be there to help you. So if they keep providing these funds and the economy of Uganda, as I've explained, keeps falling, as it has been falling since the time, I think of, since the 1986, that has been falling, the economy of the country. And these nations at any point in time when Uganda is too desperate, decide to stop the funding that they are and accept any kind of policies that they are bringing. That we are trying to create an economically free country, a country that can sustain and I
the two competing sides, people of the jury. Forego donations from LGBT-leaning nations. In the first place, what we should understand in today's debate should be, what was the instance of these donations in the first place? What will happen to Uganda? Where we see, for a country like Uganda that is still poor and then therefore needs development, Uganda still needs these loans. Where we come to realize that after you have cut off these donations, we see people are going to be surprised. People are going to suffer so much in our country, and therefore what should be comes and talks about how they are going to withdraw donations from the outside countries, and then straight away to the clash points. The clash points that transpired in days us in return to what the outside countries want. But then we gave them an example of how this World Bank stopped giving loans to our country, Uganda. What was the instance? Was that instance all about, oh, those were loans, and therefore the World Bank expected to get the benefits from our country? And so they should not come and compare the donations with the loans, whereby we see these loans are given throughout the whole case, from the first second speaker, he came and told us how Uganda has weak economy. But then a country that Uganda that has weak economy, should it cut itself from the outside countries, so from getting the donations? That means Uganda still need these donations, and therefore we should not forego these donations. What they're trying to, or what they're not understanding in today's debate, there is a difference between getting a donation and then giving back to what they want. Because you realize a country that still needs to develop. And of course, from the time Uganda started receiving these donations, our dear judges would actually be out of context. Well, then we're also talking about how this Uganda cannot survive without these donations. Well, we see Uganda as a country still needs these donations. And of course, no matter the reason that they're going to give, Uganda cutting itself from the donations will make people suffer too much. We shall come to realize that yes, the level of how people are being suppressed, it will be too much in our country. I rest my case.
All right. Right away from the first speech on actually our opponents here, we are actually getting very many, one, contradictions, two, none of non-effective points, right? Right? So let us take this at their own pace. Let us compare the two worlds. Let us compare a world where we are actually canceling accordingly, just like they said, the Uganda is in deficit budget. The donations that are actually going to help us get out of this deficit budget, actually a better way to solve the problem? No, it is not in any way a better way to solve the problem. Let us actually bring in our world, where moving slowly by slowly. Now, what Team Affirmative wants is that when you get a donation like this, you develop immediately, just immediately. But you have to understand, one by one makes a bundle. We may not develop immediately from this, from slowly by slowly. We are improving our transport, we are improving our health sector, and we're improving our education sector. From where? From these donations. We'll have to understand that, okay, from the actually get contradictions. What the first affirmer actually defines as donations, that they expect nothing. So if we're debating with a team that is not sure of what the term donation means, what type of team is going to give us a worthy enough expression that this is actually a better way to go? Two, we'll have to understand the urgency of this donation. Donations are actually meant to help our country develop. Donations expect nothing in return. That is the end of that. No saying that just because you have given me money, that at the end of you're going to tell me to, at the end of it all, you're going to tell me to actually turn gay. That is not in any way realistic. We're looking at the realistic world, that the world we are living in today, where money is scarce, right? So we need to find a better solution. And here are the class points: suppression and own development. And we believe today we have taken this debate for a win, since we prove effectiveness. Thank you.
I begin in 3, 2, 1. So in my 2 minutes of reply speech, I'm going to show you how actually Team Negative came up on stage with brilliant speeches, yet with a substandard case. To begin with, they come here and actually contradict from their first speaker and their third speaker. Actually, their first speaker comes here and tells us in a question that was asked that were the people giving us donations or not. he said that actually these people were never gave us donations. They were actually giving us loans. Now what do we get from the third speaker? The third speaker actually comes and tells us that, look here, actually these people are helping us with donations. That is a major contradiction in today's debate. Number two, we actually clash on the point of donating. We give them a realistic world and a definition that is in the dictionary. We actually show them that in the dictionary, it says that it is about giving without expecting anything in return. But in the realistic and capitalistic world, we show them that actually donating has actually turned into a brand rather than something that actually happens. It is actually, we show them that in the realistic world, donating is about just giving you money, yet I expect something in return. So it's no longer a donation, it is just being branded a donation. So we also give them clear analysis that actually countries that are dependent on others for donations, the so-called donations, have very weak economies. So it is time for a change for Uganda. It is time for a change for the economy of Uganda. It should stop leaning upon other nations to get donations. At the end of the day, you get to realize that in this resolution, we are actually not cancelling out all donations. We are cancelling out donations specifically from LGBTQ leaning countries. So there will be donations from other organizations and countries, just not the LGBTQ nations. So at the end of this debate, I want you to realize that Team Negative loses it because, one, they actually fail to understand what donations in the realistic world is. Two, they failed to actually give us clear proof and evidence of how actually this is going to lead to development. Because even though you're to fight, you're to give donations, they will still be taken by the corrupt officials in government. So what will be the use of these so-called donations? With that, I beg to rest my case. Thank you.
Hello, welcome back, especially people in room 1. Well done, and I know all of you are already winners. I'm seeing actually some people's faces now are starting to guess about some things. I don't know whether they know the winners. I don't know, but we are still moving around as we wait for our friends to come and we go for the finals. And please stay calm. The winners will be read and they will be awarded, but we are all winners. And thank you so much for coming. Let me talk to our friends here. They seem to have a serious debate, and I want to listen to their expectations.
Thank you very much. I expect a lot from this tournament because it has been good. People have showcased their cases, we have learned, and we hope for the best even in other times. Thank you. My name is Narinda Benson, Senior 5, Mbarara High School.
Thank you so much, Benson. Anyone? Or I continue picking at random? Hello?
My name representatives will be competing in debate.
Not an administrative decision. You make the decision in person and, put yourself into the action as the person and no one influences you.
Is aimed at promoting the public speaking skills among the participants.
Also should be more serious about that, whereby those students who go home in the middle of the term, when they are entering, they check them and they get to know what they have come with.
Come perfect your expression and public speaking skills with Honorable Robert Mwesgwalkar and Sky TV.
Sibe niwe rwamukaga nyowe niwe sande nze kusoma yamawe wijandari
Saturday nga 10 Oktoba yamawe mugenda kurendongo Daviru Daro izi ni Mbarara live munarongo album launch extra Oyo Rutaro ojakura Mbarara University in shirinzo mbaro kumwe emitwara ebiri na tebro za mtwara 5 muje muriendongo isiaka baba endongo ya style endongo gana kukusikuroji kure. This is Rutaro a new model Saturday 10 October Mbarara University in ejakwato muri haya purete yani bya mamate echane chirange nyana next time rajona na tirumatanga tirukurumatira hamtima Rutaro mwana wanyita Wagida Buganda kombucha drink Sanyuka TV Afro Mobile SPC Join Millers Bukade TV Roseful Mattress Asanti Tangawizi tea
sanyu lya kazero tugenda kwevuga ne kazero lino lye sanyu ly'omwaka nyabo sebo wenywere kazero wangula ebirabo kebera wansi wakasanikira kyolaba kyowangula mulimu pikipiki egaali enkofiira t-shirts amulera ne sente enkalu emotoka Toyota Pulimo empyatuku just kunywa kazero
wetabe musanyu ly'omwaka onywa kazero kombucha drink ne kazero dawa tea kebera mukasanikira kyosanga mu kyowangula musange mu maduuka mu ggwanga lyonna
just kunywa kazero.
Water please. Can I pay with Momo? No. Hey, can I pay with Momo?
Here's our merchant.
Oh, very good.
7 mega?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I've come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo?
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Olususu lw'omwana wange lwetaaga endabirira eyeesigika. Kyenva mmunaaza kyogero vitamin E soap ate ne mmusiiga kyogero vitamin E pink jelly okusobola okukuuma olususu lwe nga lulamu. Omwana wange n'anyirira ne yeeyagala n'abeera musanyufu buli kaseera. Ate ne famire yange nayo tukozesa kyogero products. Y'ensonga lwaki tunyirira. Abazadde tukozesa kyogero products omuli cocoa butter jelly and soap, aloe vera jelly and soap ne non-perfumed jelly. Clean your skin ng'okozesa kyogero products. Asangibwa mu maduuka ne supermarkets okwetooloola eggwanga lyonna.
Actually, I take this opportunity to thank everyone that has participated, right from the debaters, the participators, and our judges, management, Sky TV, and more especially our hosts, Mbarara High School. And right about now, I'm waiting for our judges. Thank you.
I wish to first congratulate you upon making it to this very last stage of today's competition. So, very briefly, we had 2 rooms. One of the rooms was right here and live, and then the second semi-final room was outside the main hall. So, in the 2 teams that were in this room, we've been comparing the first speaker from the negative against the first speaker from the affirmative. Similarly, the second speaker on the affirmative and the second speaker on the affirmative. Then the third against the third. That's how we've gotten the 3 people that have come out as champions of this room and will debate on the finals. What we've done here is what has been done also in the second semi-final room. So that actually means that from each room, we are only getting 3 individuals, not 1 team. Are we together? 3 individuals. Now listen so attentively. Just in case I do not read your name, does not mean that you don't know how to debate. It simply means you are not going to debate the finals of today. So, let me give you your positions and marks. In room 1, the first positions were played by Akram, Mugera, and Enoch. The panel of 3 believe and adjudicated and actually found out that Akram scored a 73 and Enoch has scored a 71. That means Akram makes it to the finals. Then in this similar room, Kenneth doing second speech and Ray doing second speech. Ray has scored a total of 70 marks and Kenneth has scored 73. That means Kenneth makes it as the second speaker in the final team. Then third speakers, we had Wright and Benson. Benson has scored a 70 and Wright has scored a 74. That means also Wright makes it to the finals. Now, in semi-final room 2, where we had Wamara, Walter, and Mugume Ervin both playing the first speaker role, Mugume Ervin has scored a 72 and Wamara Walter has scored a 74. That means it is Walter that is debating on the finals, representing room 2. Then, also in room 2, Ahudida Arnold and Jacinta Aibaze Mukamba. Jacinta has scored a 70 and Ahudida Arnold has scored a 72. Just a difference of 2. Then for the third speeches, it was Akanton and Rebecca and Akant and Stephanie. Rebecca has scored a 75 and Stephanie has scored a 72. That means it is Rebecca on the finals. Now, listen to your rankings, to your groupings. The resolution is the final resolution, which you already have. This house would direct the Inspectorate of Government. This house would direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. Once more, this house would direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. These are the teams. When I read you, gently come here. Gently come here. Akram Mugera, and please, you have less than 30 seconds to walk here. Akram Mugera, Ahurira Anord, and Wright Nwagaba. Akara Mugera, Ahurira Anord, and Right Nwagaba. Then Wamara Walter, Kenneth Musinguzi, and Rebecca Aichiriza. Those are your teams. Wamara Walter, Kenneth Musinguzi, and Rebecca Aichiriza. That's a team. Then Akara Mugera, Ahurira Anord, and Right Nwagaba. That's the other team. And you choose ballots for your sides. Alright, you can pick sides. Send a representative. We are making a switch right here on stage. We are making a switch. Which role do you do? Who is the first here? Come this side and go this side. So this team is affirming, this team is negating. The reason as why I've done the switch is because I realized that one of the teams was made up or composed of one school. That's why I made the switch. I just read from the badge. So you can prepare in 3 minutes.
Thank you so much, our dear viewers. Shortly, we shall be witnessing the finals. These are the final members who have just reached on the finals. Ntale School, Mbarara High. Yeah, Ntale School, Mbarara High, and St. Mary's. But remember, the judges have intimated to me that we are not using schools, and this is the fact that we are not here to judge the performance of schools, but we are looking at the individual performance. How are these individuals performing? I want to let our viewers know that this is the special edition of Education and Patriotism. We are here live at Mbarara High School, bringing you the students' debate. This is the inter-schools debate, an activity or an event that will be taking place every year. Right, let me... okay, the members are preparing. You can see it is business here in the house. The different groups are tussling it out, trying to make the brains be more active as more than before. We want to thank the participants, most especially who have not been able to make it to the finals. What is important is that you've been in the race. You've been in the competition. Your certificate is here. You have participated. Next time, of course, in the race, there is always a winner and there is always a participant. We don't have a loser. We don't have a loser. There is a winner and a participant. Thank you so much. And I think the judges are almost done. And I want to encourage those of you out there who have not made it to this place today. What has been happening, I think, necessitated you to be here live. This is so challenging. The walls can only tell the kind of English they have swallowed today. But this is Education and Patriotism, the only famous education show on Sky TV. And my name is Vincent Mujinya Wijuka. I want to thank the patrons from the schools that have been represented here. Ntale School, Mbarara High, the host, St. Elizabeth Girls, St. Mary's, Mbarara, Allied School. What can I say? It is only God who knows the happiness I have. Thank you so much. And yes, it is serious business. You can see different groups. They are not telling each other secrets, but they are forging the way out, what to do, how to win. Remember, finals are always finals. But to remind the viewers out there, or the parents, we are not looking at the performance of the school. We are looking at the performance of an individual. How have these people been performing? We are looking at the skill, articulation, pronunciation of the words, how do you relate with your audience? Sometimes some other speakers speak while they are talking to each other. They are speaking to the walls instead of talking to the people. How do they relate? there are very many factors that these people are considering as far as awarding marks is concerned. And what you're seeing here, these are individuals from the various schools tussling it out, trying to forge the way out. This is what brings students together. This is what creates the relationship between different individuals. Such kind of activities can only be found on Sky TV in the program Education and Patriotism. Right? Yes, the judges are also trying to tell each other the secrets, what is next. But these are the members on the finals. Members, we are looking at the performance of an individual. Medals are ready. The certificates are also ready. Each participant, of course, will get a certificate. Schools will be awarded with the certificates of participation. Oh, what can I say? This has been a very wonderful event. We want to thank the participants so much. And the parents out there who are able to support your children to be able to be here. This is so wonderful. This is Sky TV, Education and Patriotism in its corporate social responsibility. We are trying to put a brick on what schools are doing. We are not English teachers. We are not teachers in any way, but we are trying to supplement the work that schools are doing so that at the end of the day, maybe one of these students can come here and get the microphone and talk to the world and build the country in their respective capacities. But remember, we are trying to help these students perfect their expression, perfect their speaking skills, the public speaking skills. This is a spirit that is still lacking amongst the children in school. I want to thank you so much. And meanwhile, as the finalists are still preparing, I want to talk to one or two students about how this exercise has been and maybe what experience it teaches them, especially some of the participants. Let me hear from this gentleman. Tell us your experience. How do you feel being on this stage? And much as you did not make it to the final, but which experience do you feel now?
I feel my name is Amtio Nesmans, and I'm from Allied School Mbarara. I feel very much better, like I feel to come to this extent, like new friends. I've gotten new experience of which I never had.
So much because of time. Let me hear from the teacher. This is Teacher Silas. Teacher Silas teaches from Allied School. How have you found this activity, and how have you seen your students as far as the performance is concerned?
Thank you so much. This activity it is a good initiative, and I believe that students have gotten something out of their expression, and it should always be done because it is very good. It builds confidence in runners, and expression is always the best.
Thank you so much. Teacher, kindly tell the viewer out there, how do you find this experience as far as students' articulation of issues and confidence building is concerned, according to the way you've seen their participation?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I believe this is Teacher Davis Abenitwe at Inter School. I think this is a situation that grants roots where students begin to maybe showcase their ideas in different situations. And I think this is something that creates a platform that yields these and shapes them into future leaders. And I think that is something very great for the nation. Thank you, Sky TV, for making it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As the finalists are still preparing, let me get one or two people. This young girl from St. Elizabeth Girls Mbarara. Tell us, what has been your experience, the fact that you've been on such a wonderful event that is too academic and helping you to build your skills?
My name is Atao Gift from St. Elizabeth. It was all good because, of course, I learned, got new friends, and everything was good.
Thank you. She has learned and very good friends. There's this gentleman here. This gentleman is from Montale School, and he has been one of the participants. Tell us, what has been your experience, and what do you think? Where do you think this takes you in the next days?
This was my first outdoor debate, so I've learned a lot. It has exposed me to
Chakanswa Eric from Charter School. It has exposed me to how other people view things, and I've learned a lot. It has built my confidence.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me. The finalists are still preparing. As they prepare, kindly allow me get one girl. Yes, we have one girl on the finals, but let me get another one here. This is Akankwasa Shalom. 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 The fact that you are here, what does this event teach you as far as your performance is concerned, in terms of articulation and confidence building?
Oh, thank you so much. This is Akankwasa Sharon from St. Mary's Girls Vocational School, and I have majorly learned how to be confident throughout this day and debates. And yeah, I have learned how to socialize with other people. Thank you.
Thank you. What have you learned? Oh, these people are almost done. Let me get the last person, the girls here. Oh, the time. Thank you so much. Time is against us, and let me hand over the microphone to the judges. We need to be out of here. And the finalists, it is your time. Please, the microphone is laid here on the dais. This is called the dais. The stage is for musicians.
All right. These are the house rules. Speakers, listen. House rules. We are using 4 minutes of speech. The timekeeper shall indicate that you've used 1 minute, and so you are remaining with 3, and they shall also indicate that you are remaining with 1. When they show that you are remaining with 1, we are not accepting any other points of information, so you are not supposed to accept it also. Thereafter, the other rule is we are using 2 minutes for reply speeches. Third speakers are using 3 minutes, not 4. Third speakers are using 3 minutes, 1 minute deficiency of the other. Then, the other is that you must respect yourselves. Remember, you are live and you are on a live broadcast, isn't it? So, first speakers from the negative, from the affirmative, first speaker from the affirmative, you can take the stage.
I begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. Resolved. This House will direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. Now, firstly, we'll have to understand, for such policy to be actually brought up in Uganda, it must have an aim. For such a motion to be said, there must be an aim behind that motion being said. We believe that if we are to control corruption in a country like Uganda, in a country that needs all the funds it can get, we must, as a must, actually imprison these corrupt officials. Because what we expect from the team negative is that they'll try to bring in the thing of chasing them from the job. But is that actually solving the problem? You're chasing them from here and actually letting them free to the other world to be as much corrupt as they can be. Now, let us first understand what this motion is trying this motion is actually symbolizing. Let us break it down to layman's language. Firstly, imprison corrupt officials. This is actually the arresting and actually sentencing them to according to the crime they have made, and we are going to be keeping them to one, rehabilitate them and show them why this is wrong, how many people it is affecting, and why it is dangerous to a country like Uganda. Now, we'll have to understand, why are we directing the Inspectorate of Government to do this? We believe the Inspectorate of Government is not a part of the government, right? So it means it will be capable of doing this job for us, of doing the job of catching the corrupt officials. How is it going to be doing this? We believe that the Inspectorate of Government is actually going to do what we call, I'll scratch your back as you scratch mine, right? So the Inspectorate of Government will keep an eye on the government, and as the government tries to keep an eye on the Inspectorate of Government, which this is actually proving to be more effective and being better at solving the problem of corrupt officials. What we want to actually enforce here, we are going to the reason why we're doing this is, one, we're actually creating more accountability. That money that is embezzled by the corrupt officials, those funds that are actually going to be helping thousands and thousands of people, either develop the health sector, either develop the transport or actually education sector, we are actually going to be bringing it back by imprisoning these these people. Now, what we expect from Think Negative to come and show us a better way to actually to help these to stop these corrupt officials, to actually show us that our role is actually not effective. But we have already given you the practicability part of it, that this cannot fail because they are two different bodies. So there is no connection. I will report you if as long as I know you are corrupt. And that is the end of that. 2, we'll have to know that we need this economic benefit. The economic benefit is whereby we believe that these people are actually going to be taking the money for themselves. These people are actually going to be thinking in a selfish mind, a mind that is actually not going to be very well. And according to the theme of today, we are actually wanting morality, right? So if you are a person who is selfish, who thinks about oneself, you're not actually moral. If we are to term moral as a large spread of, if we are to bring it moral in a large basis, you're not actually moral, and you're not independent to your country. You're not actually what we term to as a person who loves his country, the love for our country. So we believe our policy is actually one effective because in a way it is actually going to be reducing the workload of the people actually, because this is actually going to be a better way to solve corruption. 2, it is actually going to be bringing in our funds back. It is actually going to be protecting the people because the people believe in a government that is democratic. We are not wanting a government full of loopholes, a government that is actually going to lead to the country failing as a large. We believe that Uganda is in deficit budget, so we need to clear these corrupt people out of the system. We need to remove these corrupt people out of the system because they have proved to be actually more harmful to us than we actually think this is going to be. Now, according to the embezzlement of funds, we are going to imprison them actually according to the funds actually they have sold. If you steal an amount of funds that is actually very, very big, you will actually be imprisoned, and until you pay that back, you will not get out of prison, because we believe you shouldn't even be released into the society to actually bring in your corruption into another world, to actually bring in your corruption into the country, to the society itself. And we believe us as Team Affirmative have shown you everything needed to win this debate, and we believe that our motto is actually going to promote what we call peace in the country, use the people's attitudes, because that is what the people would want as a whole. I rest my case. Thank you.
Resolve. This House would direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. So, Pando, we're looking at the Inspectorate of Government. The Inspectorate of Government, which is supposed to be an independent body, working on its own terms, working on its own financial aspects and its own financial understanding. And in Team Affirmative's world, the Inspectorate of Government is supposed to arrest these corrupt officials simply because they are corrupt, after going through a whole system of investigation and whatnot. So the basic understanding in negativist side is the Inspectorate of Government, however, is still a part of the government. The Inspectorate of Government, matter of fact, gets its money from the government. Also, the people on the Inspectorate of Government are being appointed or elected by the people in government. So what's the understanding here? If a corrupt official could get money, could get his hands or her hands on money that is going to iron sheets in Karamoja, how hard is it for he or she to edit a little bit on the budget of the Inspectorate of Government? So if someone is controlling the amount of money funding a whole organization and the amount of funds and resources being given to an organization, how much more can they do to alter that organization and kind of change it? This shows you that the Inspectorate of Government does not in fact act as its own body, but is still under the government and therefore still controlled by corrupt officials. Then Panda, we also move on to what Team Negative said. They said they're looking at a situation of economic benefit. But then the question is asked, if the money they have spent has already been spent, then what is the economic benefit? How is someone in prison going to pay back the $1 million that has been spent that was supposed to do something in Karamoja? How are they going to get that money back? If they can account for that, then surely they can stand a chance to win tonight's debate. But then also punishing them won't necessarily return the money. So an alternative would pop up then. Instead of punishing these people, putting them in prison in a situation where you won't get your money back, or you get 50% least amount of money back, why doesn't the Inspectorate of Government focus on looking down at what these members of parliament or the people in government are spending, looking at their assets, looking at their cash flow, looking at their bank account and what they spend the money on and how exactly they get that money. In such a situation, you won't have to wait for us. You won't have to wait for a corruption scandal to pop up, or you won't have to wait for a certain person to complain about a certain thing simply because iron sheets were stolen. Rather, you can catch the thing before it even happens and then further go ahead to stop people who can be corrupt simply by looking at the cash flow and their aspects. So in our world, we're stopping people from being corrupt. Two, the amount of money being lost is going to be reduced to a possible 0% of money being lost. However, in their world, people are going to jail. Money is not coming back into the government. And also, the budget can be altered completely by the same corrupt officials in the government. So, we also look into a situation where instead of going ahead and arresting the people and going through the whole process and going through all the protocols, even with the loopholes in the Inspectorate of Government, we would rather look into what these people are spending, since the Inspectorate of Government can in fact do that. Look into what these people are spending and therefore be able to look and see how these people are spending their money. And also, as a result of that, we can look at who is being corrupt, who is buying what, how is the money coming in, where is the money going. We can also look into how government money is being spent, and we can release public statements showing the public a detailed accountability of how government money is being spent. Things like the parish development module, money is being spent and given to certain members in government, and the money is not being accounted for. Ugandans have always asked for an accountability of government money and have received nothing at all. Instead, Team Affirmative opt to give Ugandans a solution of putting corrupt people in government, and yet the same people being put in government are the same people running the organization that is putting them in government. So their whole case stands null and void simply because they do not understand the metrics and they do not understand the criteria of the Inspectorate of Government and how it works therefore. So Pando, we win tonight's debate simply because our case is workable, and two, we can predict these scandals, and at the end of the day, we win on economic development. Thank you.
On a count of 3, 2, 1, our dear panel, the two antagonistic sides. My name is Musingus Kenneth, coming up as the second affirmer of today's resolution, which states that this House would direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. We as Team Affirmatives, we come and lay for you a simple strategy, a strategy of economic benefits accountability. As point number 2, we also lay for you that we are going to achieve moral and justice, because there is going to be law, there is going to be the rule of law where people are taken to court and people get justice. We also talk about there is reduction of the load of the judiciary as the 4 points we have as Team Affirmatives. What do Team Negatives bring out to board? They believe that the IG are elected by, they believe that the IG may be having connections, are elected by team government, so they can be told of what to do. But this is an independent body, dear panel. We believe that this is an independent body where it has no mandate to do what the government tells it to do. It has choices. It has a mandate to do what it decides it wants to do. So it's not that the government will tell it what to do and follows that. So we don't, that point is narrow and void in today's debate. They also fail to understand that once one is caught, once the IGG is practicing what the system we are trying to develop, we are going to see many corrupt officials. The way we are going to achieve economic development comes in this way, where many corrupt officials are going to stop, are going to get fear because they've seen others being arrested, and this is going to enable us gain our goals in today's debate. Rejected. Why do we use imprisonment? It's because we want to get out of the system. The reason why we are using imprisonment, we want to get a system whereby people are taken to court and therefore if they're found guilty, these people they bring back the money they embezzled, or the funds they embezzled, and this is the way that we are trying to bring an aspect about economic refund or economic development. So what is our workability? The imprisoned officials will not be allowed to go on bail without refunding the embezzled funds. That's our workability as Team Affirmatives. How is the IGG, which we believe that may have some simple loopholes, how are we going to solve the problem in it? The problem in it that have failed the team negatives that is being brought as a confusion in team the negative case is that we are going to build up this by forming an independent committee in this IGG for supervision purposes, so that all the loopholes that could be in the IGG are strengthened, and we have a body that's working to achieve a common goal of promoting our goals today. So on economic benefits, the reason how we are going to get these economic benefits is very simple. We believe that you're going to get economic benefits whereby these people are taken to court, and if they're found guilty, they are to bring the funds, and the funds that they are going to bring, this is what you're talking about now, the economic development, the economic benefit you're getting. They're going to bring back what they took, and as a country, it's benefiting because this is an economical benefiting the country. Number two, it's accountability. IGG is going to be the base, whereby we have seen in some scenarios of the judiciary not bringing accountability, but this has been made so that we can bring the voice of the accountability. They tell us of how this person did this, and the government, this information is very important for the government in the way to promote its goal as stated in the motion. So, point number 3, we want to bring a moral and justice method of we want to make it morally and justice. How are we going to make it morally and justice? The way we're going to make it morally and justice is very simple, is that these criminals are not going to be taken to prison just the way we always do, or sometimes they always do. It's very simple, whereby these people are going to be passed through the law, which is our only way we are going to promote the justice we are talking about. People are taken to court, these officials are taken to court, and if proved guilty, they are taken for imprisonment. As I rest my case, I believe that also we are going to reduce the load of the judiciary. I rest my case. I've never been proud than to affirm this motion. Thank you very much.
All right. This House would direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. So 1, these people come and tell us how they're going to imprison Uganda according to the current criminal justice system that is in Uganda. And we have seen and going to compare how this is actually going to be effective in the long run. 1, Uganda has been using a coercive, or what they can call a retributive, not a redistributive, that is actually dehumanizing its criminals, hence not leading to the criminal rate. If we cannot transform the people the way they are going to imprison so that we can ensure that they come out as better citizens, I do not believe that their criminal justice system is actually effective in the long run. Because if imprisonment in Uganda stays the way it is, there is no justification that 1, these people are going to actually cure all the problems they have caused in their corrupt ways, and 2, there is no practical way that a criminal system that is actually leading to dehumanization of these people who are actually being taken to prison is actually going to transform these people into people who are less corrupt in Uganda. So, secondly, they talk about the argument of practicability. 1, they come and actually acknowledge that there is need for independence of some bodies in Uganda. 1, if you look at the popularity rate of the governance in Uganda, we see that these people do not trust the government itself. So we need a body that people are going to trust. If people do not trust the activities they're going to do, then 1, it's not going to be effective. 2, it's not going to be a very good thing, because 1, any person who is going to achieve independence is going to actually bring a real state of independence, because independence is not independence if you cannot exercise this independence. So secondly, they come and tell us about the policy of full imprisonment until you finish all the payments you've actually robbed of the government. We should actually see that these people do not actually only embezzle money. We should come down to the real corruption in Uganda. Some of these LC people actually be raped by these corrupt officials and still go a hand even when they go to these people. So is a retributive criminal justice system actually going to change this? No, it is not. So they come and tell us that they should act according to the way people want it. If people do not trust the government, if the government is and has proven to be very, very non-democratic, we need a body that is going to be independent to actually show that it is actually going to be better off if it actually gains independence from the government. Because the government is influential and is actually bringing bad influence to this IGG vis-a-vis fighting this corruption in Uganda. So how best can corruption be controlled in both worlds? Corruption is going to be controlled by one, an independent body. Two, a body that can fully exercise independence. Three, a body that actually knows what the people actually want. One, we actually come and rebuild on arguments of supervision of the government. We really see that government is actually the in this place. If it's actually influencing and it's actually the main character in the corruption of Uganda or the monopoly in Uganda, then it means we need a body that is going to kind of supervise these people. And actually, this is going to bring a deterrence of these people who are actually doing this, because we intend to transform these people, actually using a rehabilitative way to actually change these people into people who can actually be good people in future democracy. On the other argument, we need to see that independence of these bodies is actually essential, because if influence of the government has actually been negative towards the IDG, then we believe that to bring Uganda tomorrow an economic independence, we need to consider one, we need to use the funds to the best interest of fighting corruption. And the current funds, if they're embezzled by the government, if they're not given to the IDG fully, then that clearly states that it is not going to be effectively fought. Thank you.
The panel, the two competitive chambers, I salute you all. Oh really, I'm so disappointed by the Gator side. They're coming here telling us that we shouldn't imprison these corrupt officials. Then you have not told us what should we do for them if we do not imprison them. Because one, those corrupt officials have complained about the government delaying their salaries. The government has done everything possible to make sure that salaries have come in time, but still they're swindling the government funds. What should we do apart from imprisoning them? Secondly, you people, you're complaining that your salaries are low, and that's why you're becoming corrupt, and that's why you're swindling the government funds. We have made sure that your salaries have been increased, but still you're swindling the government funds by being corrupt. What should we do for you apart from imprisoning you? And you as the negator side, you have not told us what should we do. You have not told it to us. But for us, the solution, we have one. We can imprison you. You're asking about rehab. You are talking about rehabilitating these corrupt officials in the environment. That if you leave a poison in the environment to rotate, all people are affected. Instead, they should be taken to prison, whereby they will be rehabilitated there, and this will stop. Because if a person is put into custody, rehabilitated there, then the disease or the evil will not spread all around the environment. But if you leave them to roam in the environment that you expect yourself to rehabilitate them from there, just know the more you rehabilitate them, the more they spread the virus to other people. The other thing, you people have become corrupt, but what have you added to the economy of the country? Your selfish desires. You're all about fulfilling what you need. You're not considering the government of Uganda. You're not considering the people of Uganda. And we're not interested in your selfish desires, because the country is made up of people who are developed. And if you people, you think that being selfish or swindling these funds to satisfy your own needs will contribute to the economy of the country, that's a lie. And the other thing is, we are doing this to reduce on the bank load, because you people, the more you become corrupt, the more the government has to go for external debts so that it can contribute to the budget of Uganda, so that people can get all the services in time. But then, what does this result into? This actually results and leads into substitution of people, whereby people have to increase whereby revenues are increased because there is a budget deficit because of the funds that you people swindle through your corruption. And the other thing is one, you as the affirmative side, and what we want to do about this, we are not only going to imprison these corrupt officials, we are going to demote them and remove them from the government. This is what we are going to do. Every corrupt official shall be demoted and then imprisoned. For you to be bailed out, you have to first pay for every fund that you swindled. And the other thing is one, we want to remove you from the system, because if you people keep in the system that we're expecting you to become good, you want to become good. But instead, you should go back to your homes and sit and sort yourselves very well, because we're keeping you in the government. That means we are not contributing to the economy of the country. And you people, you're talking of using other bodies. I rest my case.
My speech will begin in 3, 2, 1. This House would direct the Inspectorate of Government to imprison corrupt officials as a way of enabling Uganda to economic and moral independence. Now, the independence of the inspectorate government matters. According to them, and what they are saying, they state that the inspectorate government is free. The inspectorate is free from government. But the people in the inspectorate are chosen by the government itself. The funding of the inspectorate is given by the government itself. So in any case, if the government is influencing the inspectorate, what mandate is there to stop the people in government that are corrupt, to influence the actual people that are supposed to criminalize and imprison them in any case? Henceforth, these people are free to do as they like, and the inspectorate remains gallant or none at all, because it is not functioning at its best, because it is being affected by the government that it is researching. In any case, the criminal is controlling the police. Now, the second, which was the core clash point in the debate, economic benefit and moral independence. Now, they come in and state that there shall be economic benefit if we imprison the corrupt people. But what economic benefit is there if I embezzled 1 billion and I cannot afford to pay it back? I will rot in prison, while on the other hand, you do not get the funds that were allocated to the people, to the citizens of Uganda. That breaks the social contract theory, and hence your supervision has failed. What you're supposed to do in any case if you're trying to end corruption is supervise these people. Minimize the chances for someone to be corrupt, because if you imprison someone and they cannot pay the funds back, moreover, they are not working, they are in prison, they fail to pay back the funds that they took, the country is not getting any economic gain at all. It is not achieving any solution in any case. That means you're waiting for the corruption to happen, and then you're solving the happening of the corruption. You're not actually solving the corruption, you're solving its effects. Now, what do we give as an alternative panel? The alternative we give is that there should be accounting and controlling these accounting of individuals in government. So if an individual in government accounts for the money that has been given to him, e.g. the Mabati saga that took place in Uganda, in Kampala, the Mabati that was supposed to be taken to northern Uganda did not reach the people because there was no accounting. No one monitored, no one went ahead to know if the donation had been received. So what do we front in any case is that accounting and controlling corruption. Now, there are things in corruption that you cannot pay for. If someone used me, let's say I am a woman, and someone used me to give me a job, I went to his office to request for employment, and he used me to give me that job. So, if a woman has been sexually harassed, how are you going to pay for that? How in any case can you, with a little amount of money, end someone's virginity or destroy someone's dignity? So, nothing is being achieved by imprisonment. Pardon? I beg to rest my case. Thank you very much. I remain Wagawa Right, the third negator of this motion.
So it comes down on who wins today's debate. One, a group of speakers actually bring up a case that is going to front imprisonment. One, we show you the loopholes in the imprisonment system of Uganda, how imprisonment has not even changed the simple crimes of stealing chicken and even current rape that is in Uganda or any other case. So how is it going to work on corrupt officials that have sexually harassed, embezzled the government's money, and have also affected the country economically and morally? So what do we bring on as team negative? We bring on a transformative and something that is going to actually rehabilitate these people into better citizens. This is supervision to actually cause transformation of these people. Why is this very essential in this debate? It wins, we win on the grounds that rehabilitation is to change and supervision is to actually make sure that the corruption doesn't happen in the first place. Because if you only direct these people to actually arrest the corrupt officials, it does not change the corruption rate. It just decreases the people who are carrying out corruption, which is not changing the corrupt mindset of other people in government. So we believe that supervision is quite better in this debate. So who actually goes to moral and economic independence? One, we believe that Uganda is lacking a popular government and people do not trust it. So we believe that the IGG or the inspectorate government, if it gets or gains independence to actually exercise its independence as it ought to, it will use a social contract to actually act according to the best interests of the people, to actually promote an effective and corrupt-free Uganda through supervision and transforming of these people who are actually in government. And this can only be practical in one, if these people cannot pay for all the crimes they committed, why imprison them? Why not monitor them before they actually carry out all these corrupt activities? Because one, we believe that these people can still carry out all these things, and you do not follow up all this. And if there is still influence of the government, which is a corrupt body, on an ITT which should be fighting corruption, I don't believe it is actually practical in this case.
All right. Team affirmative. No, sorry. All right. What we get from our opposition team is that they are basically actually against imprisonment of these corrupt officials, right? They want to let the corrupt officials roam around in the society, spreading their immorality among other people. That is basically what this argument is actually based on. They think that rehabilitation alone is able to stop the corruption rate, if that is what they think, right? So let us take them at the pace that they are trying to bring up. If I told you to leave me in the society without getting me off my post, without actually doing anything about me or punishing me, I do not believe that such a person will change. Such a person cannot change in a way whereby he's actually able to learn from mistakes. But if a person is punished if that person is punished with a sincere reason, that person cannot be able to do that thing over again. Now, let us show up the clash points of today. Criminal justice system versus actually the imprisonment. Now, would like actually to pose a question, actually bring it as more of a debate constellation. So, does it mean that people in prisons are not rehabilitated? That is not what we are getting in their debate. Their debate is actually majorly brought up by the government, and if at all they are not allowing the Inspectorate of Government to actually handle this, how can how can the government alone be able to do this? We are actually seeing the government having plenty of corruption cases, and the government is actually the one that is being treated favorites. Now, they bring in something about cash, that the government is the one that gives cash. From their first to third speech, that is actually what is brought in. Now, tell us the effectiveness of just exchanging the money that I'm going to dictate what you use it for. This is actually an independent organization that does not, one, go by the rules of the government. If you're counting wrong, if you are not given mercy, you are not pardoned at all, and you are actually not even going to be shown any mercy. And you'll have to understand that after these people are actually arrested, it will create a bad picture. It will actually make the others fear them. I rest my case.
Well, thank you so much. I take this opportunity to appreciate the students that have gone to the finals. You can take your seats. Thank you so much. So far, so good. And thank you for your audience. Since morning, we've been here together. Thank you, Mbarara High School, our judges, our participants, our debaters, Sky Television. Thank you for the air. Right now, we are going into speeches, and being informed that number one, we are going to have the outgoing president, Debate Club, Mbarara High School. We are giving you only 2 minutes. You come, you give us your speech in 2 minutes, then we shall have the incoming debate president. Thank you so much.
debaters, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I come here not only as an outgoing president of the Debate Club, Mbarara High School, but rather as a representative of very many voices of debaters and speakers of Mbarara High School. My name is Derek Amanya, and I am a BCM student of Senior 6 at Mbarara High School. I've been the president, and in my tenure, we have accomplished very many things. I've witnessed great debaters, timid people turning into very confident speakers, people who are very skeptical turning into very high and mobile speakers, and that has been it for my year. I thank you so much for the support, my fellow debaters, not only you, but also the schools that have made it here on this handover. I thank you for coming here and embracing our function, and we shall forever and forever cherish you. In my term of office, I served with a team of a committee, which I request to stand up. Please, the outgoing committee, debate club, stand up. That is my team. I organized a few of them. He is the Aaron, the former HP, Mbarara High School, the current president, SSP and Nationals. Please, clap for him. And my vice president, Mr. Keith, thanks for being a good team to work with. Thank you so much for being a good team. Now I'm going to hand over this office to our next regime, but I request us to stay in touch, not only in the live debate, but also in other things, advices, and all the other things, for us to continue the spirit of debate. I'm handing over this mantle to a capable team, which I know will lead us to the next states and achieve more and more things that we didn't achieve in our regime. I request us to stay on the line of debate as we become oracles of speech and debate the whole nation. Thank you so much. Ugumena Mani for going my country.
Thank you so much. Let's have the incoming President Debate Club, Mbarara High School. Faster, please. We are keeping time. We want to move out of here. Time is not on our side.
The manager, Sky TV, our dear judges, the panel, debaters from different schools, ladies and gentlemen, a good evening. My name is Elvin Mugume. I'm a student of Senior 5S, offering physics, economics, mathematics, and I also serve this institution as the head prefect. Today, I am so much privileged to stand before you today because I'm speaking to a crowd of debaters, a crowd of people that are here to give out their minds, to give out all they have to actually see or look at ideas that are going to help our country. As the new incoming debate president, Debate Club Mbarara High School has had highs and lows. But specifically, we are now shooting to the stars because we have seen very many achievements from the former president, Mr. Derek Amanya. Thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you so much to the entire debate society that was there in your regime. You've achieved a lot in your term of office. Now, in your term of office, our limits are actually not so much in boundaries because we want to exploit our talents. We want to get the very best out of this club. What I can remind you is that Debate Club Mbarara High School will continue to shine, will continue to develop and make the very best speakers in the country, on an international scene, and even worldwide. As I conclude, thank you so much for coming to this grand debate tournament. It is a privilege to host you in my school, and we hope that we see you again in other future tournaments. Thank you so much. For God and my country, Ugumena Man.
A round of applause for the incoming president. Yeah, thank you so much, the incoming president and the outgoing. We are really grateful for this opportunity to have given us this space to come at Mbarara High School and have a grand debate. Right about now, we are going to have speeches. As we are closing, let's have the patron debate club, Mbarara High School. And later, I will invite the manager, Sky Television, as we wind up.
Good evening. Good evening, debaters. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I want to congratulate everybody upon making it to this grand debate, and especially those that have taken part directly. May we clap for them. Yeah, that clapping is not enough. Clap for them, please. Thank you. I want to begin by appreciating a number of people that have enabled us to see that this debate is a success. To begin with, allow me to appreciate the head teacher of Mbarara High School for the support to Debate Club and for accepting that we should have this grand debate even in a third term. May we clap for him. Allow me to appreciate Sky TV, the directors, the manager, and the entire team for working with the Mbarara High School to ensure that grand debate becomes a success as it has been. Let's clap for them. Lastly, in terms of appreciation, I want to congratulate every participant that has come, those that have directly taken part and those that have been around. Hello. I teach literature and English. I know that we have verbal and non-verbal communication. So I will listen and you talk. When you're done, then I can. Thank you very much. I usually tell my students that there is what we call respect, and respect is reciprocated. And one of the attributes that the debate promotes is that respect. Respect for self. When you respect yourself, then the public will automatically do what? Respect you. So I expect that as debaters, as secondary school boys and girls, try as much as possible to train yourself the habit of respect, and in future you will not call for it, but it will come naturally. Another thing, I want to appreciate the boards of Mbarara High School for their effort in ensuring that this debate is a success, in organizing the room and ensuring that everything is in order. Let's give them a hand of applause. I do not have much to say. I want to appreciate the judges for coming, and I hope that they have not been biased. Their judgments have been upright and apt. I believe that the result they will declare here, it will be a representation of the integrity that Mbarara High School and Sky TV stand for. To the manager and Olivia, particularly, they are the people I've been working with. Thank you for being good team leaders. May God bless you abundantly. We would have had a number of participants here in this debate, but along the way, there came the issue of UNSA. And UNSA involves the choosing of the district executive leaders. We happen to have taken part. One team is also there. Just some other schools gave two options. The students had to choose either to come for the debate or go for UNSA. Allow me appreciate you in particular for choosing to come to Mbarara High School. We do not take it for granted. The bulls, you can clap for our visitors. Thank you. Thank you very much. We are indebted to you. Mary's, Elizabeth, Allied, Ntare School. We are indebted to you. We shall revenge, like Idi Amin said, when that time comes. Amen. Idi Amin said that I will come and do exactly as you have done. Instead of looking for the exact words and saying, we shall pay back in the same currency, or we shall be kind to you the same way you have been to us, he said, I will revenge. I will do what? So when you call us, we shall revenge positively. If revenge is a positive word anyway, it is negative. Revenge, it is negative particularly. So thank you very much. I am humbled, manager, for your time. Thank you. You have been with us. Yesterday night we met in the evening. We discussed issues concerning this debate, and you came earlier. So I want to thank you for the commitment. To the director of Sky TV, thank you for choosing a good manager and continue embracing her to ensure that she becomes a good team leader. Lastly, to the Mbarara High School community, particularly the admin in general, for supporting us. We had very many activities in school, but they ensured that there was a conducive atmosphere for this debate to take place. Thank you very much. May God richly bless you. For God and my country, Mugumena man.
A round of applause for our patron. Can we get... Okay. Thank you so much. The criteria is we are going to first have the manager to speak as the judges are organizing themselves, because we expect after the judges, you're going to read for us the winning students. But one thing I want to tell you is that everyone is moving out of this place with something. You're not moving out of this place without anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to invite the manager Sky Television to come and give her speech. Let's clap for her as she comes.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Wow, I am so impressed. I sat right there and I watched everyone give their views, and you just don't know how much I wish things were like this back in the days when we were still in school. But thank you, everyone who participated. In the interest of time, I wrote my speech. You're going to allow me read it so that we don't have to have a whole evening here. I'm truly honored for this rare opportunity, standing in front of a generation that is destined to accomplish all dreams, both in the living generation and the ones our forefathers failed to reach. Watching all your presentations today, I'm glad to learn that in Uganda, particularly the youth in Western Uganda, have such positive thoughts in as far as culture is concerned. Unfortunately, some youths in Uganda today treat culture as barbarism, forgetting that culture is actually what differentiates human beings from human society. Thus, our culture is such a sure route to our fruitful living in Africans and youth of substance. As Sky TV, our programming is wisely guided and directed to the noble cause of collecting and upholding culture. As modernity thrives in this generation, we have a number of programs that are well documented to take our young generation back in the old times, which include Ebyobhangwa. It always airs every Sunday at 9 p.m. We have Abromkuru. It airs every Saturday at 9 p.m. And in as much as we are selfishly trying to preserve our culture, not to melt and be forgotten totally, we must also understand that modernization is something that we cannot just run away from. And thereby, we serve you with other modernized programs like Orajumba, which airs every day, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. We have lunchtime request show every day, Monday to Friday, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We must therefore shun some of the barbarism, customs and norms of our society, well known to us, such that we don't get lost in the shadows of our forefathers as the world is fast moving. On behalf of Sky TV management and on my own behalf, I'm so grateful to the schools that positively responded to our invitation amidst this busy schedule of third term. Debate is something that has groomed students, evidently, with what you showcased today, and it's actually a cornerstone of communication, which is the backbone of civilization. Just like it's irrelevant to live a life of no value, good grades without the ability to communicate is no education. Schools should therefore embrace debates for a better future of our nation. To Mbarara High School for having hosted this noble cause, We don't take it for granted. Thank you very much. And to the students who have actively participated in this debate, I must say the sky is no longer the limit. One of the sayings I always hear, one of the truest signs of maturity is the ability to disagree with someone while still remaining respectful. Let's keep African hopes alive for God and my country. I remain Ethel Nyabeyana Sasra. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our dear manager. After her speaking, I feel the function has ended. Thank you so much, our dear manager. Please, a round of applause to our dear manager. Ladies in the house, who would want to be like Madame Etho? Please, feel that confidence in you. Today we are here, tomorrow you're the one supposed to be here. And I feel so great when I see ladies with enthusiasm. And actually, right now, allow me to appreciate the judges of today. Honorable Judge Atfurire Modern, wave to the students. Honorable Judge Nyakato Dora. Honorable Judge Aineviona Marvin. And Honorable Judge Mwiche Isaac. We have Honorable Judge Mugambe Emmanuel. Thank you so much, our judges, for the work well done. And this time is yours. I expect all students to be calm. They are going to take us through what they have been doing. And finally, we shall get to the winners of today. But every school is going out with actually something. Thank you so much.
All right, it has been a journey worth walking, or a journey worth taking. So we've had a series of debates right away from the preliminaries up to the finals that we've just concluded. But before I announce whom the winners of today's rounds are, I will make a request to the entire Mbarara High School community. Listen to the request I want to make. I wish to request you that after the debate, you please lead us, your visitors, to do around the school, especially today, prestigious new building. Is that granted? Is that granted? Thank you. So, I will request our manager, and a team that she shall choose on her own accord to come and award the winners of the debate.
Dear viewers, at this juncture, what is happening here, the viewers out there who are watching us, this is Education and Patriotism, the famous education show on Sky TV. The manager is going to award the winners of the winners in different categories. We have no school that has won, but we have individual winners. And those who are watching us at different parts of the country or in different parts of the country, then the people who are going to be awarded are not winners, but they are winners in their own, in different categories. So let's hear from the manager as we hear from the judges. I think Okay, let the judge do the needful. He has been leading the judges, and let's now see what follows. Thank you so much.
So, before we award individuals, we wish to recognize and appreciate the schools that have managed to attend. So one of the schools, please, when I read the name of the school, the patron come, pick the certificate that belongs to the school, and the audience or the students shall clap for you. All right? Allied School Mbarara. Allied School Mbarara.
So Allied School patron, Turiamwijwa Silas, is coming in to pick the certificate of his school. Dear viewers, Allied School has been one of the participants in this event, and that is Silas Turiamwijwa, the patron, getting the certificate from the manager. Thank you so much, Silas, for the wonderful work. Continue doing the same, even next year.
Ntare School patron. You clap for them, please.
The patron, Ntare School, the patron debating club is also coming in to pick the certificate of the school. Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful job that you're doing in these students. Please continue doing the same, even next year. Thank you so much.
St. Mary's Girls Vocational School. St. Mary's Girls Vocational School.
Yeah, St. Mary's Girls Vocational School also participated. And dear viewers out there, the patron is coming in to pick the certificate for the school. Thank you so much. Thank you for participating, St. Mary's. And thank you, madam, for the wonderful work you're doing.
Mbarara High School.
Congratulations.
Mbarara High School, the school that has participated and hosted us.
And here comes the host. The host, Teacher Edison, is coming in to pick the certificate for his school. Mbarara High School, we thank you so much for hosting us. And next time when we come, please open the doors for us. Remember, this is Education and Patriotism, the only show that tackles issues to do with education.
St. Elizabeth Girls School.
The patron,
Elizabeth Girls Secondary School.
The patron debating club, Teacher Agnes. St. Elizabeth Girls School Mbarara is also coming in to pick the certificate of St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth Girls School Mbarara, thank you so much for coming and participating. Madam, thank you so much for the wonderful job. Next time, do the same. Love from Sky TV.
Then we have a premium award who belongs to the premium category. This honor the host school. The premium award for the host school. Come with the certificate.
Of course, the host
premium
school
certificate award.
The host school, Mbarara High School, has to be given the premium certificate as a way of thanking you for hosting us.
The debate club come for the award
for hosting us.
The president, please come with your patron.
Let us have the president to come and pick the certificate. Remember, Mbarara High School has taken the record of having the live streaming of Education and Patriotism, the famous education show on Sky TV. The president is coming in. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, live from Mbarara High School, and this is the president, debating club, who also doubles as the head prefect coming to pick the certificate. Thank you so much, and next time when we knock, please open for us. Wonderful job, well done. Thank you so much for hosting us, and God bless you.
All right, so the rest of the result of the awards are not certificates. They are medals. Medals according to how individuals and teams have performed. So, in the bronze category, those are the second runners-up. That is the team that managed to score the third position. That team is made up of Benson Arinda, Jacinta Ayebazemokama. You come for your medals, please.
When they read your name, please stand up and come forward
Benson
to pick your medal.
Narinda, Jacinta Ayebazemokama, and Mugume Ervin.
Yeah, thank you for participating and congratulations. Remember, we are live on Sky TV. This is Education and Patriotism. Thank you so much. Congratulations, congratulations. And Thank you.
He has done it for you, and you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good.
These are some of the medalists coming in. They are being awarded. Of course, any work deserves a reward, and these are rewards they are getting for having participated.
We have the silver medalists. The silver medalists, that is the team that scooped the second position. That team is made up of Akram Mogera.
Congratulations.
Akram Mogera.
Mogera Akram, where are you?
The second runners-up team was made up of a girl from St. Elizabeth Girls.
Yes.
Mbarara High School.
Please come
and
forward.
another gentleman from Mbarara High School.
A girl from St. Elizabeth, please come forward.
Then the second runners-up, the first runners-up are Akram Mogera from Mbarara High School. Akram Mogera from Mbarara High School. Kenneth Musinguzi. Kenneth Musinguzi.
Thank you for the wonderful work done. Thank you so much and congratulations, Akram.
And Rebecca Aichiriza. Rebecca Aichiriza.
Please don't reduce the speed at which you are taking us. Continue doing the wonderful job.
Rebecca Aichiriza from St. Elizabeth Girls and Kenneth Musinguzi from Mutare School.
Rebecca, congratulations. Please continue being active. Musinguzi from Musinguzi, please, congratulations and thank you for the wonderful job. We are proud of you. Thank you so much for the wonderful work. Thank you for being active. We continue congratulating the team for reaching this level. Thank you for participating and thank you for being very much active. We love you. Greetings and much love from Sky TV, Education and Patriotism. We love you so much. And the rest of the students, if you don't get a medal, please don't get annoyed. Next time you will get, especially those who came and participated. At least you will move out in this house from, you will move out with something.
Then the winners, those are the gold medalists. We have Wamara Warta from Mutare School. Wamara Warta from Mutare School. At Hurira Anord.
Congratulations, Wamara.
At Hurira Anord from Mbarara High School.
Congratulations. Very small but big boy. Small but big.
Anord.
Smart upstairs. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
And Right Nuwagaba from Mbarara High School.
Say you can never be the one.
Nuwagaba, congratulations and we are proud of you. Sky TV loves you so much and please continue being active.
Then on top of the teams we have individuals. The best speaker. This is Right Nuwagaba, one of the gold medalists.
Nuwagaba, he told me he wants to be a very serious counsel. Counsel Nuwagaba, congratulations and next time continue doing a great job in debate.
Alright. The others are the best speakers. The silver medalist is called Akantorana Stephanie. Akantorana Stephanie.
God has chosen you. You can hear the name.
Akantorana Stephanie.
Akantorana, God has chosen you, please. Where are you? Akantorana, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you for being active. I admire your name and continue living up to it. Akantolana, God chose me. Congratulations and continue being serious and active. But I want to thank all the students. Thank you for being active and she's Akantolana getting her medal. Congratulations, Akantolana, and much love from Sky TV, Education and Patriotism.
The gold medalist or the best speaker is called
are almost getting in the final touches of this event. I want to thank you so much, the participants, everyone who has participated, the patrons, the students. We are grateful. Thank you so much for the wonderful job.
Time for jubilation. Congratulations. No more tribulation.
Thank you for the wonderful job.
All right. During the session, when I was reading the names, there was a mismatch. So one of the silver medalists that actually is that belongs to the team, the first runners-up team, is Rebecca Aichereza, and her medal is right here. Rebecca Aichereza from.
Congratulations, Rebecca Aichereza from St. Mary's.
Yes, Rebecca Aichereza from St. Mary's Girls Vocational School.
Rebecca, we love you so much. You make your school proud, and I know those who are viewing or watching Sky TV, they are very proud of you. Congratulations, and keep going to greater heights, please. Thank you.
So the gold medalist, who is actually the best speaker of the Sky Television annual debate championship,
let's keep calm. Let's keep calm.
Is a gentleman whose name is Mutunji Re.
Congratulations, Mutunji. Mutunji, congratulations. Congratulations, Mutunji. Please don't go away. Just a moment. In front of the viewers, kindly tell us, what does it take for you to how do you feel being the winner of this debate?
All I can say is my name is Mutunji Ray, Team Mbarara High School, and all I can say is it takes commitment, takes hard work, time, and as long as you do your best, as long as you give it your all.
How long did you take preparing for this debate?
Honestly speaking, it took me about 3 days.
Okay, can you give a message to the viewers out there who are watching you, having been the winner of this debate? What should they do to be like you? Because there are those who are watching and they want to be like you.
All I can say is just believe in yourself. As long as you believe in yourself and you believe you can achieve anything, anything can happen.
Thank you so much. Lastly, can you give a word to parents who don't want to support their children when they have the skills and talents? Which message do you leave for them? Because I know your parent is supporting you so much and is proud of you and they are watching. Give the message to those parents who don't want to support their children in such events.
All I can say is when you don't support your child, it's really painful. It's really hurting. As long as your child has a talent, try to exploit it out of them. Try to get the best out of them and everything works out. I mean, I personally would like to thank my parents. They have always been there for me every step of the way. And I couldn't thank them anymore. My patron, my teammates, everything. So it all comes down to teamwork, support. Cooperation is key.
Congratulations, and we love you so much. Sky TV is proud of you.
Praise God is good, oh. Congratulations.
At a very high speed, I wish that if I read your name, you come for your certificate at a very high speed.
Dear viewers, we are almost running to the short. We are always concluding with this
very
event.
Fast, let's have Amutuhaire Onesimus. Amutuhaire Onesimus.
Onesimus, come forward and pick your certificate.
As he comes, Binomuchisha Babra. Binomuchisha Babra.
Babla, come and pick your certificate.
Akantora and Stephanie. These are the participants of the debate. Whoever has participated has their certificate. Akantora and Stephanie. Stephanie, Ataho Gift.
Ataho Gift. Where are you? Gift. Thank you so much for participating.
Naguja Shifra.
Naguja
Shifra.
Shifra, where are you? Thank you so much for participating.
Yinebirunji Masi.
Yinebirunji Masi. Mercy, thank you so much for participating.
You never run Mercy. Ambire Daisy. Ambire Daisy.
Daisy, thank you so much.
Agaba Odira. We also have certificates for students that have watched all the rounds and have been in the hall. So be vigilant. Your name is coming. Ambire Daisy. Agaba Odira.
Daisy, thank you so much. Odira.
Namara Patience.
Agaba Odira, where are you?
Namara Patience.
Namara Patience.
Aichiriza Rebecca.
Rebecca,
Namara
are
Patience.
you around?
Aichiriza Rebecca. Atwere Erain. Aichiriza Rebecca. Atwere Erain. Ayebaza Mukama Justina.
Ayebaza Mukama Justin.
Ayebaza Mukama Justina.
Come and pick your certificate.
Kwizera Enoch.
Enoch, where are you?
Kwizera Enoch.
Thank you so much.
Tahakani Sibwa Eric.
Eric, thank you so much.
Tahakani
This
Sibwa
younger
Eric.
boy is very active. Continue being active.
Agaba Kieran Katabaire.
Katabaire,
Agaba
thank you so
Katabaire.
much for being active.
Walter Woman Wisdom. Walter Woman Wisdom. Walter Woman Wisdom. Musinguzi Kenneth.
Wisdom, congratulations and thank you so much for participating.
Musinguzi Kenneth.
Where is Musinguzi? Musinguzi. Yeah, this young man is very small but big. Thank you so much for the wonderful job. Continue being active. Continue being serious. Much love from Sky
Kerry.
TV.
Chairman Kerry.
Kerry,
Chairman Kerry. Mugume Ervin.
Mugume Ervin, please
Mutunjire.
come up.
Nwagaba Wright.
Nwagaba again is bouncing back. Nwagaba.
Chairman. Mutunjire. Mutunjire.
Mutunji.
Mugera Akram. Mugera Akram.
Akram.
Mugera Akram.
Akram,
Narinda
thank you for
Benson.
being very active.
Arinda Benson.
Please continue being active. Yes.
Ahurira Arnold. Ahurira Arnold.
Arnold Ahurira.
Ayebazibwe Winnie.
Winnie, please come for your certificate.
Ayebazibwe Winnie.
Winnie is the speaker. Allied School. Thank you so much for participating.
Bamanyire Fred. Xavier.
Amanyire.
Taremwa Xavier.
Talemwa. Thank you so much for being active.
Ayekundira Naume.
Naume. Thank you so much for the wonderful job.
Ayekundira Naume.
Continue being active, Naume.
Ampire Nicholas. Ampire
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Continue being a serious boy.
Ampire Nicholas. Natukwasa Tracy.
Tracy.
Natukwasa Tracy.
Tracy, your school is proud of you. We are also proud of you. Continue being more serious. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I would like to appreciate the audience for the calmness and the silence they have accorded to us. Thank you very much.
And at this juncture, I want to thank you so much. I want to remind the viewers out there that the event is almost coming to an end. At the same time, Education and Patriotism Show is coming to an end. But I want to thank you and let you know that Education and Patriotism, the show that is live, that you're watching, is always on Saturday from midday to 2 with me, Vincent Mujinya Bwijuka. And I want to also let you know that this activity is going to always be annual, and next year, probably second term or first term, we shall be communicating to you, but it is going to be annual. And then many thanks to the viewers out there, the schools that have been watching, the students, the parents, and every one of you who has been following us in the various parts of the country. and across Uganda. Thank you so much. The patrons, I want to thank you so much. Please continue, let the light of the debating club shine, and we are always with you. Till then, this is Education and Patriotism. My name is Vincent Mujinya Bwijuka. Bye-bye.